Good day, good people. Welcome to JJ Tech Tutoring channel. We are going to be covering linear ODE, and this which you see now is the standard form of linear ODE, which is first order ordinary differential equations. And then this linear, it is actually said to be a linear equation in the dependent variable of what? Both p of x and f of x, right? So it is said that it's said to be linear because of this. It's said to be a linear because of this y. Because also check here, the y over the x, that means now the function is y. Then now you need to always compare this, because sometimes it can be x here and it can be x here and y here, whereby here should be x, right? So we'll talk about this later on when we are doing equations. But then for now, you have to know that we have to respect this x because it's the dependent, right? So this is, I've already mentioned the fact that this is the standard form, right? Now, when we are dealing with linear ODE, we always follow, or on the method of solution, we always follow three procedures. The first one, we need to take this and find the integrating factor, right? We need to find the integrating factor, and then I can say the first and foremost step, it is always to write it in a standard form, and then second, you need to find the integrating factor, which is this, right? Which is this, right? Because now you need to say what? P of x, or you can say IF, which is integrating factor, is equals to e to the power p of x, I can say, then dx, right? So you can say your integrating factor is equals to this. Then after that, the final step, which you are going to do, whatever that you will do, it will be integrating factor multiplied by y is equals to integral of f of x multiplied by integrating factor dx. Then from there, you do all of those things. Then from there, after doing what you will do, you have to solve for y, right? So for now, we need to actually do some examples so that you will understand. I believe by now, if ever you're a beginner in ODEs, you are lost. But then don't worry, after watching this video, you will be so happy that you have got it, right? Say you are given something like this. Number one, say you are given dy over dx minus y is equals to e to the power x, right? So now, what is it that we need to do? Now, what we need to do is to check p and q, right? Because in a standard form, we can just say dy over dx. We can just say dy over dx plus py is equals to q. Just wanted you to relate. But why am I saying we have to check for p and q? So standard form, it can be something like this. So when I say p and q, that means my standard form will be something like this. Now, my p is -1 and my q is e to the power x. First thing first, we need to find the integrating factor. Integrating factor, which is e to the power, the integration of whatever that was here next to y. So it's -1. Then it will be e to the power integral of -y with respect to x. It will be -x, right? So this is our integration factor, right? So we need to come and say integration factor multiplied by y is equals to integral q multiplied by integration factor dx, right? So integration factor is e to the power -x multiplied by y is equals to q is e to the power x multiplied by integrating factor dx. Now, what is it that we need to do before we can integrate? Now we need to do maths here. If the base are the same, we add the exponent, right? So it will be e x minus x dx. Then e y is equals to, so this one will be actually 0. Will be actually 0. So e to the power 0, it will be just 1, then dx. Then e -x y is equals to x plus C. Then from there we have to solve for y. Then it will be y is equals to, we divide both sides by e to the power negative x, we will have e x plus c. So this will be our final answer. This will be our final answer. So guys, linear is the simplest one. Linear is the simplest one. There is no way that you can fail to get this, or you can fail to actually play with this. Let's try to solve another equation, or another question, number 2. T squared dx over dt plus tx is equals to 3. Right. So first thing first, we need to make sure that we actually write, or we actually take this to its standard form. So the standard form of this should be, I'll always remind you, it's dy over dx plus py is equals to q. Right? So we need to say what? We need to now divide both sides by t squared. T squared. Everywhere, throughout. T squared. Because here, this part always needs nothing close to it. So we must not have such thing. So we need to try by all means to take this out. Now it will be dx over dt is equals to 1 over t. It's 1 over t. Then x is equals to 3t negative 2. You must fix your algebra. Fix your algebra. Make sure that you are fast enough to grasp me, or you're fast enough to do your algebra, play with numbers, and do all of those things. Now, let us now find our p and q. Our p is 1 over t. Our q is 3t negative 2. Right. So now, what is it that we need to do? What is it that we need to do? We need to find our integrating factor. We need to find our integrating factor, which is e to the power p integral. So it will be e to the power 1 over t dt, right? dt, right? So it's going to be e ln t, which is going to be be e. If ever we convert this to log, it will be log e t. So because the base are the same, log e, this e that is here, and then this here, that means it will make it to be t. That means our integration factor is t. Our integration factor is t. Now we need to find integration factor. Y is equals to q integration factor dt. The integration factor is t, and then we have our y, which is x now. Our y, which is x now, because it's this, right? Nice. Now our q is 3t negative 2, and then our integration factor is x, then dt, then it will be t x is equals to it will be 3 minus 2 plus 1 minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1 dt. Then it will be t x is equals to, that means it will be 3 over t dt. For it to be integratable, then it will be t x is equals to 3 ln t plus c. Then from there we solve for, from there we will solve for, from there we're going to solve for our x. Then it will be x is equals to 1 over t 3 ln of x plus c. This is the final answer. Right. This is the final answer. So guys, linear, as I said, it's not hard. So we just have to keep practicing and make sure that we follow the procedures that I have outlined here.